Hello, good evening. It's Monday, so it's multi-make time. You might have noticed we have got only one camera tonight, and that is because we are trying a new microphone. So hopefully we will be getting rid of some of our technical gremlins. So it is multi-make, and we are going to be playing with our lovely... Oh, hang on. There we go. That sounded better, actually. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to be playing with our multi-make, the basic stamp set. So our frame and our sayings. And we're not going to be playing with the additional ones, just this one. But we're going to go bold and bright tonight, with a bit of a teenager idea of a card. So I'm going to put those two to one side for a minute. And I want my mat. And then we're just going to get crafting. So I have got some more kitchen roll, luckily. It's one of them, isn't it? I always forget my kitchen roll. And then I bring in a big pack of 4. And then I forget to replenish it. So I am going to use, what have I got in front of me? I have got Fossilised Amber, Mermaid Lagoon and Festive Berries. Evening, Mum. Yes, the new stamps to go with with this multi-make have proven very, very popular. I think we're on about our 3rd or our 4th make of them. And the Christmas ones will start going out tomorrow. So I packed them all today, I just ran out of time, so they'll start leaving tomorrow. We've had quite a few questions about personalised stamps as well these last few days, so they will also be leaving us in the next couple of days. So if you've ordered a personalised stamp, hopefully they will be out to you in the next day or 2. Now this is where I always regret it, isn't it? So I'm using red. I always turn it funny colours, and my red's a bit juicy. Not sure what I've done to it to make it this juicy, but it's alright because it's covering quite quickly. There's that one, and then I have just got our lovely Mermaid Lagoon to fill in a few little gaps. There we go. Looks like Facebook might be playing up on me again tonight. Let's see. It looks like Facebook is having a bit of a hissy fit with me, so bear with 2 minutes. Nearly there. Right, it's back now. Maybe it was just me. There we go. So, like I said, I am going big, bold and bright in our background tonight. So I'm just doing my splodges, 3 colours, fill in the gaps. There we go, and I think I've got some blue left on my kitchen roll, so I'm just going to grab that around the edge to just bring it all together. I could have taken the blue or the red, but I was being lazy because I still had blue on my tissue, didn't I? There we go. Oh, excuse me. You keep yawning today. I think it's because it's going dark, isn't it, at night? Or dark earlier. Pop that over there. Give my desk a bit of a once over. Remove my sleeve out of the way because I think I've just decorated a sleeve. Right. So I have got a beautiful bold background using my 3 lovely colours. Now it's decision time because because I am going to keep the big, bold and bright going. We're going to have this one in the middle, but I also want to put some of our sayings in the background too. So I'm trying to decide, decisions. I'm trying to decide how I want to create my background. I can either use just my words, or I can break it up and use this as more of a texture stamp as well, which I think we might do, and stamp the words over the top. So that's my plan. I'm going to start by spritzing this with my water, just to do a really quick resist. Would help if you could see it. There we go. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's all about the resist. Some more kitchen roll. There we go. Get a quick wipe. Just like that. And I'm going to keep wiping it because it will be picking up. It's basically picking up the colours that it's taken away. Yeah. Oh, mustn't have quite done enough water on that one. A light resist on that one. I'm going to go again. I did say I was going to go everywhere with this, didn't I? Oops. There we go. You probably can't see what I'm doing, but it is adding little bits of texture everywhere. Oops, a daisy. Nearly. There you go, I needed to add more water. Right, so I'm going to dry that off and see what it looks like. Try and dry my stamp a little bit because we need to stamp with this in a minute. And if it's got lots and lots of water on it, it's not going to want to stamp, is it? There we go. I'm going to pop that down for a second. And I'm hoping this resist will work a little bit better once it starts to dry. Evening, Suze. There you go, so you can just about see that resist coming out now. It's taking its time. It's really retro, isn't it? But I do want this to be nice and dry because we're going to be doing more stamping on here. There we go. So again, we're back to decisions. I'm not great at making them tonight. So what I could do to create my background is I could go using my blue and my red all over with this in the background. Yep. Or I can use my words. So I think I might actually do a combination of the two. That would be quite good, won't it? I think so. So I make sure this is dry first before I put it down on top of my artwork. So I am going to take decisions. I don't think the yellow will be strong enough, so I'm going to take the festive berries, the red. And ink him up. And again, we're just going to randomly stamp. This all over our background. Oh, I do like that. really well. Apart from it's on my desk, but that's okay. I'm going to do that again. There we go. And it inks up again. And you'll notice, I think I said this the other week, but I always ink up the whole of my stamp, and the reason I do that is because I do change my mind a lot. So it makes things easier. That I'm not trying to guess where I'm going to stamp and where I'm not going to stamp. I can just stamp wherever I fancy. I'm just inking it up again in my red. Turn it around, I think. There we go. I do like that background. Reminds me of some fabric. There we go, and then we're just going to clean this up again. I need to move that red out the back. Because we will be using our stamp again in a minute. And there's nothing worse than going to ink it up and then putting like Distress Oxide all over you. Versifying Claire. It's not a happy bunny when you do that to it. Right. I'm quite liking this now. Just going to keep drying this as we go. And I'm not sure actually whether I want to do the words. I might pop them in circles. Or I might change the direction this card's going in as well. So I was going to do it landscape, no, portrait. So I might change it to landscape. There we go. I'm hoping that's okay. What I think we might do is pop that one in the middle. And we're going to put our words into those circles using our other colour. I know. It's hard work tonight, isn't it? Evening Victoria. It is. I'm making it hard work tonight. It's not. It's not that hard work. I'm overthinking. So I'm going to go for You Are Awesome. And then I'm going to use Big Birthday Wishes on my top. Again, this isn't, it doesn't need to be stamped perfectly. It is just about creating background. It's about creating texture. It's about creating interest. The only stamping that I'm really interested in being perfect is that those top couple of layers. There we go. You Are Awesome on that one as well. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe down. And again, it's Distress Oxide, so I am just going to clean my stamp as I go. I know, shocking. It is, it's shocking, isn't it, when I clean a stamp. But again, I might end up using Versafine Clear on there, so I want to make sure it's nice and clean. And I don't contaminate any inks. So we have got, what is it now, 4 layers of texture on here. We've got our colour, then we've got our resist, we've then got our frames in red, and then we've got our words in the blue. And this time it needs to be dry because I am going to add some embossing powder. No, I sounded surprised then, didn't I? It's lovely and warm though. Oh. So I am going to grab my anti-static bag. Where have I put you? Maybe I'm not going to grab my anti-static bag. Got some embossing powder. What have I done with my anti-static pad? I'm missing a ink pad as well. So I'm assuming my anti-static pad and my ink pad are tucked away somewhere safe together. So we'll have to hope I did dry this really well, because right now I should be using an anti-static bag on here to stop any of my loose bits. One last place it might be. I'm not sure what I have done with all my embossing things, but we'll keep going anyway. I can't be the only one whose gubbins disappear off the desk. I am still looking for it. It's one of those things that, you know, if you're using your anti-static bag, you've got a better chance of not getting embossing powder where you don't want it. Alright, and it isn't actually that I need much of this on show. I'm just going to give this a real quick rub. Just rub that one too. There we go. Let's get it in our tub. I should have opened this up before. There we go. Oh dear, no, nothing was dry on my paper. Oh well. It's one of those moments I started, so I'll finish. I just blobbed it all over my desk as well. I always make a mess when I'm embossing. And I can't find my clean up brush. Oh, there it is. I was going to say I really have had gremlins on my desk, haven't I? So I'm just going to use my little cleaning up brush to get rid of the bits I can do, without disturbing the rest of it too much. There we go. Right, so let's move you over there because I'm going to want you again in a second. There we go. It's always magic, isn't it, when it starts to melt? There we go. So it's not really standing out that much, but it will do when we're finished with it. So I'm going to move that to one side. I'm not going to use that piece. I will use, oops, these over here. So I need some scraps basically, because I need to stamp it another 3 times. Oof. It sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But I basically want 1, 2, and then 3. So we're going to layer this up. And again, I would be using my anti-static bag if I could find it. Oops, I think I moved that as I put it down. Choose the best bits, I think. There we go. Take that one. That's a bit better, isn't it? Thank you. One can go over there. Let's do another one. There we go. I feel like I'm on a conveyor belt. Got no strength in my arms either today. There's number 2. Oh, that one's a bit fatter, this one. I don't want to go in my box. You can get any embossing powder on that bottom bit. Nope, don't want to stick to that bit, never mind. There's other bits we'll use. Then the last one. I could have used pattern paper, I suppose, with this. I don't actually know if this is a very juicy ink pen, to be honest. There we go. And then we've got another tricky one, another tricky decision to make. Oops. And then I press the button which turns all my cameras off. That was not a good idea, is it? So another tricky one. I have to decide what colour colours we're doing it. Right, there we go. Oops. Let me wipe that big blob up from there. See, this is why I don't use embossing powder that often, because I do get very, very messy with it. I end up with it everywhere. Okay, you can go back over there as well. And I'll get these dried off. Or set even. Evening, Maxine. You timed that right. I'm just having a disaster with my embossing powders. I do make it look really hard and it's not. And it's a lot easier if you've got an inky ink pad and an anti-static. There's that one. We really are going to have to choose the best bits from each of these. And the last one. All because I want 3 different layers. And we need to go back and fix our base layer, don't we? Because it's not really jumping out as much as we want it to. So we'll fix that. And go from there. Okay, there we go. So we've got our 3 and we've got our 3 colours. So I'm thinking we're going to go yellow on the top. And we've got... I don't want it too bright because I want our words to really stick out on this one. I'm going to add a little bit of colour. And the reason I'm not going in with like what was I saying? I don't want to go in and distress it. I want to paint it because you get a different colour from your ink pad. Yeah, so it's the same tone, but it's not quite the same. It looks different, yeah. We've got our yellow. And we will add our word to that shortly. Oh, we might even layer that up as well. And then we've got our red and our blue. So So I'm going to do a little bit of red, because we've got quite a lot of red in our background, haven't we? A little bit of red. So we're going to take the smaller one. To do my red. Again, it's not about being the best colouring in ever. It's about just adding little bits until you're happy with it. There we go, that'll do. I know I've been super brave tonight using red. Don't normally use red, it's not one of my favourite colours, but this stamp set I think looks amazing in those bolder colours. So we've got our blue. And again, I'm just doing a quick colour wash to colour it in. Just add a little bit more to it. There we go. Right, not doing any more on that. I just need to be really careful now when I come to dry this that I don't dry it too much, otherwise our embossing powder will just over melt. So I'm going to leave that to one side and hope they dry naturally whilst we do a bit more work on this one. Squeaky chair. So I'm just going to grab a white pen, because when in doubt we grab our white pen and we will suddenly have this jumping off the page just by adding. Don't have to do the whole thing either, because we're decoupaging. I can never say that word, decoupage. Oops. Would help if I was somewhere near the line. But you get the idea, don't you? Yeah, nowhere near the line. There we go. And so now that's starting to jump off. And when we come to cut these out, they're going to jump off too, because we are going to leave ourselves a little white border. When she finds the scissors, there they are. So I'm just going to be careful when I cut around this one, because I haven't dried it. It's almost like we're deconstructing the stamp, isn't it? You know, like they do in the posh restaurants where they deconstruct things like lasagna and give you all little piles. There we go. Alright, let's take our red one. Oops. And again, don't have to be fussy about cutting these out. They've got very wavy edges, and my cutting out's got even more wavy edges. So that one can go there. You can see it's starting to jump off the page, it was, isn't it? Yeah. Got to admit, I was starting to think, oh, this might not work. However, oh, I should have stamped the word on here first, because it's easier to stamp on a bigger sheet and then cut it out than it is to stamp on a little sheet. There we go. That is really, you can see, can't you, just the difference by adding a little bit of white in the background and then just leaving that little white border. It goes from sinking into the background to just popping off. Sounds like it's popping down shops and stuff, but yeah, it's popping off. And then I'm going to grab my little stamp and I'm going to do this in black. And what you will find, because this is the only thing that's stamped in black, because our embossing powder is actually grey, this is just going to jump off the page. And it'll be the one thing that your eye goes, ooh, that's what I need to read. That's what I need to be looking at. I need to try and make sure I stamp this somewhere level. And the nice thing is you've got those lines, haven't you? So you kind of know. I never tried this, so wish me luck. There we go. Perfect. Let's put that back down there. Otherwise, next week we'll come to it and I'll go, oh, I can't find my stamp. So we've got our big birthday wishes, we've got our background. Yeah, so you can see how it is all just jumping off the page. What I think I'm going to do as well, if I can find, oh, squeaky chair. There we go. Hopefully, I want my fat outliner. There it is. It's the one, the last one. We're just going to do a really quick doodle around the edge. A quick little scribble. Because I haven't cut a mat for this and I'm now kind of wishing I'd have cut a black mat for it. But I also don't want to cut a mat for it now because we've got all that loveliness. Put that one there. All that lovely colour in the background, which I'm pretty proud of. Got my base card. So let's start layering this up. Oh, look at the mess I made on the back. Because we have plenty of layers on this, I am just going for a flat mat for this bit. Come on. Thank you. Put my pin back in before I lose it. Wrong hand. I can only ever put the pins back in with one hand. It's really weird. It's like threading a needle though, isn't it? I can only do it one way. There we go. Let's just hold that down for a second. There we go. And then get some foam pads. Just send everything. Oops. Box my phone, trying to find my foam pads. There we are. Oops. Just fell off the shelf. Oops, the daisy. And they fell off again. I'll rescue them in a minute. So I am just gonna, I don't normally do this, but I am going to pop them onto my base. I know I don't normally do it this way, but I can see, can't I, what we're going to cover, she says. And then in mine, I panic that I'd just lost them all. I'm going to take these ones and we are going to just line them up like that ish. Should have lined it up on the circle, shouldn't I? And then this one, I think I'm going to do a half and half. So I'm going to need half glue. foam pads. Otherwise, you've got no chance of this ever getting through a letterbox. The foam pads are quite deep, which is lovely when you're working with them. There we go. There or thereabouts. And then of course this final layer is going to be foam padded up. So let's get my little pin back in. And put that one right in the middle, she says. I just stuck that a little bit low, but oh, look, I stuck it very, very squiff. That's going to bug me. It's very squiff, that one, but it'll do. It will do. No, it won't. Change that one out. It was going to bug me, wasn't it? Right, let's do it properly this time, shall we? Come on, pop it down. I'm not sure I've actually stamped the words right. Anyway, it's about as squiff as it was before, but you get the idea. Yeah. So there you go. I do love this stamp set. I think it's one of them that you're just going to reach for. I think next week we'll have a bit of a play using it as a frame for like a floral or something. Take it from there. So that is it for me tonight. Thank you for joining me. We will be back on Wednesday at 10:30. Hopefully 10:30. Bear's got bikeability and we've got to get his trike to school, so it's going to be one of them mornings, I think. So I might be running late, but I will let you know. But hopefully I'll be back by 10:30 to do our Wednesday playtime. So if you've any ideas of what you'd like to play with on Wednesday, do let me know. I think that's everything that I had to tell you. If you've ordered the Christmas ones to go with this, they will be going out tomorrow. If you've ordered a personalised stamp over the weekend, they're due to go out tomorrow as well. And back on Wednesday at 10:30. So I do hope you can join me then. Thank you for watching tonight. Do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.